Yo,
Easy.
what's poppin', baby?
Yo, you weren't lying. You're really in the bodega.
I'm in the bodega, baby. We live, baby.
What you doing in the bodega, homie?
I'm always in the bodega. I'm always in the hood. You know how we do it.
I love that, bro. I love
Bodega
that.
Alexander, Lawrence, Mass.
Word up.
102 Winthrop Ave. We out here.
Omar, what up? I see you, Omar. Everybody who's tuning in right now, salute to y'all. This is the Low Theory
Peace, peace,
episode
peace.
18. And I got easy
18.
money right here.
What's poppin', baby? What's going
I
on with
just
you,
want to
Fred?
say, first and foremost, brother, thank you for joining me on my platform, man.
Thank you for having me, brother. I appreciate you, man. You know.
Always, bro. Um, you know, I wanted to bring you on here because me and you have a lot of history. We go back for sure. But
Yep.
there's going to be a lot of people who are not familiar with you. And I need people to get familiar with you, man, and your music. So why don't we jump right into it and briefly just tell everybody kind of where you're from, how you got started in this rap game.
I'm from Haverhill, Mass. I'm about little over a half hour north of Boston. And hip hop just a part of my life, brother. Hip hop is just something that's always been in me, and something that I try to carry tradition and rep it as properly as I could. And it's something that I hold dear in my heart, man. This shit mean more to me than a lot of people. So, the whole MC aspect came about young. I toyed with it. I didn't really get into it, recording and all that until, term kind of made me later on, late teens and whatnot. And we're here now.
For sure. Now, I knew you guys. I feel like I don't know what the first CD you guys dropped, but I physically have the CD Street, speaking through real experiences every time, right?
Yep.
And they weren't saying ST the Squad back then. They were saying, "Oh, you're part of Street." People were
Yep.
actually pronouncing the full
Yep.
thing. Was that your first
Yeah, it was speaking through raw epilogue at in term. And
mm,
as we expanded, the ET was at in term, so we had to make it more universal for the other guys. So I just chopped it to ST the Squad. Street, you call it ST dot. So we just made it ST, you know what I mean?
for
That's all
sure.
that was.
Nah, for sure, for sure.
Shout out my
Uh,
man Mateo Getz. Shout out my man P. Look, no lacking P. What up?
Yo, Mateo, what's good?
We out here.
Yo, I want to talk. I want to just dabble a little bit in the history, and then we'll fast forward. But I remember seeing you. I don't know what the year was, man, but at Bill's Bar in Boston, and you was battling,
hmm
and you were holding it down. So
Early 2000s, I'd say early 2000s.
early 2000s.
I won
Now,
the Super Bowl battle the same year that the Patriots won that first Super Bowl. I think it was when
wow,
we beat the Rams. You know what I mean?
wow.
It was that
So
same year. I think it was like 0-1-2 around then.
is that how you kind of got started with the battling?
Nah, battling. You start on the street, man. You start anywhere. You start anywhere you're challenged. Oh,
Right,
word? Let's do it. You know how that goes.
right.
And the Super Bowl battle was interesting because shout out my man Mike Styles. Mike Styles is my man, but he came to me. He knew I battled. Shout out my man CZ. What's up? Mike Styles knew I battled, and he came to me, and his exact words were, "I mean, you're not gonna win." Mike Styles is real white. You're not gonna win, but it's good promo. That's what he told me. So I remember that, and I went and I won. Styles is my guy, but it's just a true story. That's just what happened. You know what I mean?
That do you feel like he kind of fueled you though?
I didn't. My arrogance at that age was plenty fuel, but
Yeah,
that certainly did boost it a little bit for sure.
for
You know
sure,
what I
for
mean?
sure.
Yeah.
Like when I was doing music, bro, it was the early 2000s. I think I dropped my first mixtape in 2004. Shout out Lee Wilson, he was a big part of it.
Shout out to
Um,
Lee, man. That's my brother.
yes, sir. And you guys were definitely running mass, not running, but you guys were heavy in the game at that point. I mean, there
No,
was a lot.
running around. Yeah, we were running
Yeah,
around for sure.
right, right, right. There was a lot of people who were already signed in Massachusetts, like Inside, Esoteric, G, Seven, yeah, 7L and them. Like there was a
Shout out to
bunch of
them,
people,
man.
but I felt like you guys were probably the most consistent. When I say you guys, I'm talking about you in turn. Just consistent with mixtapes, albums. Uh,
Yeah.
I feel, and now as we grow, we have a family now. Do you think that putting out music is a little bit harder now that you're older, or is it a lot
I don't
easier than
know.
from before? How do you feel about it?
It's way easier now because we have access to everything. Like I got a mic set up in my bedroom. I haven't even used it yet once. You know what I'm saying? But I got access to studios, and it's easier to put out music now. It's about finding the time to do it. If you find the time to do it, everybody makes time for what they really want. So
Right.
when they tell you, yo, I want to be a rapper, the proof is in the pudding. If there's no work, that proves
Absolutely.
it. It's just not. It's
Absolutely.
just not true. But as with technology and everything, now is way easier.
Right.
Way easier. It's just about finding. You got to find the time, but you got to make the effort, just like anything else. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, man.
That
Fat.
balance.
Absolutely, absolutely. I agree with that. Now, fast forward, because obviously it was a different hustle back then. Fast forward, right? 2015, I believe, is when you released the album, The Money,
Yes.
right? And this
Yeah.
album, to me, is my favorite album of yours, and I've been a fan since day one. But
Appreciate it, brother.
how do you feel to be part of DJ Premier's catalog?
That's nothing short of an honor. I mean, if you know hip hop, I don't have to get into what who DJ Premier is and what he means to the hip hop culture. If you know that. So to be able to be in here's the ill thing. So if you were familiar with D&D Studios, they sold it to Premier and became Headquarters. Headquarters doesn't even exist anymore, and I recorded in Headquarters.
Oh,
So I'm like that's a real piece of history there. You know what I'm saying? It's like I was in the same booth that Biggie was in, that Big L was in. Rest in peace. Jay, Nas, all the greats.
Oh my
Everyone that Premier
goodness.
collaborated with. I was in that same booth, and when I recorded Nothing Alike, I really felt that. Like when I went in there, it was I'm pretty so I have a great work ethic. I'm pretty good about my one take recording track record is great. Anyone that knows me will tell you that.
Yeah.
That wasn't the case in Headquarters, man, because there was a lot of nerves, and all that. So I'm gonna keep it real, and I always feel like when I record, I always feel like I'm that guy. Like I'm just that nigga, because that's how you gotta be as an MC. That's how we're all supposed to be built. But there was something humbling about Headquarters, and it's the history, man. It's such a rich hip hop history, and it no
Yeah.
longer exists. So that as well. Obviously, working with Premier is enormous, but in addition to that, being able to record in Headquarters, and being able to say I did that, that's big too.
1000%. Now, was Premier there when you were recording it?
Yeah. Oh
What
yeah, you
what
recorded with Premier.
what was he saying to you? What was the
So
drive? You know what I'm saying? Like, give us that inside.
so another thing about that was dope. That was almost new to me is that I taught myself pretty much everything. I picked up. I gathered inspiration from obviously the artists that I admire and look up
Yeah,
to.
I don't want to cut you
Well,
off, but for those who don't know about rap, what do you mean by that? What did you teach yourself? Bar
well,
structure?
I
What
was
are you talking about?
yeah. I was as far as like pretty much this, right? Like there's a difference between making beats and producing that we won't get into because that's a whole nother debate within hip hop itself.
Right.
But I was pretty much producing the records. Like these dudes were just giving me the beat, And a lot of producers would take that as a slight. It just is what it is, And I would always go and record this shit, and it was me and the engineer, or me and my peoples, and it was just amongst us, and we just spit it how we felt it needed to be spit, how we heard it in our head, and kept it moving. Premier was the first producer that was like, yo, that would stop me, be like, yo, do this better, or do this over. So that was very, very dope as well. Just because I felt like I needed it. It was humbling, you know what I mean? It was just dope, man. Just being able to interact with Preem. The illest shit about Preem is that on top of who he is and what he's done and what he means to hip hop culture, he's just a cool fucking guy.
Yeah.
You're not gonna find somebody who's much more down to earth, much more humble, You know, considering everything he's accomplished, who he's worked with, what he's done, the plaques he's received, and all that. You don't find dudes that are that humble. You see dudes that just got a buzz last night, act like they're just like God.
Right.
You know, and you see Premier, who is in some respect a god and beat making and hip hop,
Right.
not act that way. You
Right.
feel me?
I think that's super important, man. That's a great quality to have, is to stay humble.
Yeah, and the thing is this though, right? Is like when you're it's one thing to be the GOAT, it's another thing to be an honorable GOAT. You feel me?
Yeah.
I feel like that adds to it. Like when you're an honorable human being, when you're an honorable person, that adds to your GOATness. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Billy? CS, what's up?
No, for sure, for sure. Now, speaking of accomplishments, what do you feel like your biggest accomplishment musically is so far to date?
Nothing alike. Because like it's my most viewed video on YouTube. It's well over 100,000, and that's not much to some people, but dog, I'm just a kid from Haverhill, Mass, bro. Like that's big to me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that and having that on my resume, Primo is like I've always, when you go back to Term's fucking apartment, every record on every B side, Primo was on every B side of every single. So we were spinning the instrumentals and we were just rhyming off top, knowing we were never gonna work with this guy.
Right. Crazy.
We were kids knowing that we were never gonna work with this guy, and then the shit happened.
Amazing.
So it's humble and it's dope. You hold on to that. Shout out my man Machete, SC the Squad. What's up? We in here. But that right there, I'd say is it. Yeah. No, Billy, we in the bodega. You know what it is, man. If your breath stinks, If your breath stinks, we got Eclipse. We got Orbit. You know what I mean?
Yo,
we got. Let me chill.
This guy's chilling.
Jack, what's up, man? Yo, listen, real quick, because you hadn't ran through some names of a couple Boston legends, and I got to shout out to Schizophrenics. Rest in peace, to my man Eddie Bones. That was my fucking guy.
Oh, man.
Hilarious person, great human being. I got to shout out Eddie Bones. I got to shout out Checkmark, because when Term and I were making our rounds, Schizophrenics was always like, yo, we would always pop up at their shows. Like you said, we was always running around.
Right.
And we pop up everywhere they were at. They was in Rhode Island, we were over there. And Check would see us, be like, yo, y'all ready to rap? Like that. And it was love. It was fat. You know what I'm saying?
100%, man. If people know Boston hip-hop, I mean, Schizophrenics was heavy on 88,
man. Shout out to the Schizos, man. Yeah. My man Eddie Bones is my guy. Eddie Bones is an excellent roaster, man. A lot of people don't know Eddie Bones roasted very well. You know what I mean? Very well. You know what I'm saying? And that's my dog. I love him, man.
Yo, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yo, to kind of throw it off a little bit, like definitely paying homage to Check, but as far as the elite names, you've worked with a lot of people, bro. A lot of people. Freddie Gibbs, right? Who's phenomenal right now. Conway, Griselda Crew, Action Bronson. We said Premier. Who else? Buck Wild. Like, Ninth
Wonder.
Ninth Wonder.
Listen, man. Let's not. Just because Static is my man,
Static
we still gotta put him in there.
Absolutely.
Just because Terminology and Rex are my peoples, we gotta put him in there too.
No, absolutely, 100%.
He's a hip hop legend, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Who else? Freeway. Obviously, fame from MOP. Sky Zoo's excellent MC. I fuck with Sky.
Ransom.
I did Styles P. Ransom.
Is there anybody?
Be real and Exhibit.
You've worked with so many people. Is there anybody on your bucket list that you want to work with right now?
Of course there is, man.
Who?
I want to work with Jay-Z and Nas, man. I want to work with Jay and Nas. I want to work with the gods.
Okay.
I want to work with Rakim and Big Daddy Kane, man. You know what I mean? Coogee Rap.
Okay.
Rest in peace, Fred. Yeah, thank you, Nozies. Shout out my man Nozies. He produced 2090. He's in the chat. I did 2 records with Fred the Godson as well. Rest in peace, Fred the Godson.
Crazy.
Dope MC, man. That was a sad loss. Young cat.
Yes.
Dope MC. That was very whack, man. But prayers to his family, and you know how it is, man. In hip hop, you are immortalized. When you leave a mark, you're immortalized. You don't go nowhere.
Yeah.
This is why I'm dropping all that work this year, bro. Like
Right.
I gotta leave this legacy. You know what I mean?
Let's talk about it. This is Hip Hop Said Crazy Credits. Absolutely. Easy Money has a phenomenal resume, and that's why I brought him on so you guys can understand that. Now let's fast forward, right? Because on the Low Theory, we keep it short, sweet, and concise. Let's talk about the new EP that released 2090 with your homie, No Z's. Salute to you. Tell me about the concept. What can they expect? Absolutely. You see it right there. Make sure you guys follow Easy Money. Follow him. Purchase it. Download it. But let's talk about it.
So 2090 is a 6-song EP. So shout out to my man No Z's. He's a Virginia-based producer.
Okay.
He reached out to me. Our relationship started out on some biz shit.
VA.
He reached out, and then when he sent me the beats they had this real 90s vibe, and everything that we do is 90s inspired. Yo, do your thing, bro. Y'all good, man. Do what you gotta do. Do your thing. We in the hood, baby. You know how we do. So everything that we do is 90s inspired. But Nosey's had the beats he was sending me were like literally, you could take the beats and place them in the 90s, put Big L vocals on them, put Big Pun vocals on them, Smooth the Hustler, whoever. He has a real digging in the crates vibe.
Dre Rob, what up?
Dre Rob, what's up? Another Boston legend. What's up, dog? They popping in. What's up?
Yes, sir.
I in my mind it was like, yo, this kid got a dope sound, a dope vibe, and he deserves to be heard.
Mm-hmm.
So picking up where Beyond Easy left off, which is out now as well. I believe in paying it forward, and when you dope, I don't do the political shit. I don't dick ride. I don't need you to be popping to make music with you. If I think you're dope, I'm gonna make music with you. You know what I mean? Because
right.
I know how it feels for dudes to kind of like not fuck with me because I don't have enough followers or whatever. You know what I mean? Weirdo shit.
Right.
And they're afraid of getting smoked too. That's really what it is. But anyhow, so Nosies and I, we just we started working on this EP and we recorded this shit quick. This shit was done like in a month's time, but I had this shit was done before Beyond Easy even dropped.
Oh.
But I had it all lined up. The next album's done too. The one after that is already in motion, so we rocking. So we wanted to do it in true 90s fashion, 90s tradition. But what 2090 represents is, we taking it back, but we moving it forward because you never want to go backwards.
Right.
We picking up from there, but we bringing it forward. That's why I modernized the Grand Poobah cover, man. Listen, if you're not familiar with this right here, where I drew the inspiration from for this, please Google Grand Poobah. That man is he's incomparable. He's, one of the original fly MCs in hip hop, and he doesn't get his proper due at all. So I thought it was necessary to give him the nod on that because,
I think that's dope.
I could have redid a Jay-Z and Nas thing, but I don't think anyone would have cared.
Right.
So a lot of people's reaction to the Grand Poobah homage, it was great. And that was real dope. So, we just kept it really 90s vibe all around, which is what we always do. But that was kind of the whole general idea of this shit.
And as far as the features, I see that you kept it real family.
Family. I mean, listen, everything I do these days, I'm keeping it family. And I'm going to tell you why. The corniest people on the planet are rappers, right? And you're hearing this from a rapper. Rappers are the corniest, most egotistical, soft, pussy people on the planet, right? I fucking hate rappers, right? So I keep it family because I'm not trying to pay you for a feature, even if you do it on the love. I gotta bother you to spread it. We don't kill ourselves making this art and putting our heart and soul into this music for it to fall on deaf ears. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't want to have to bother you. Yo, fam, could you please? Nah, dog. I keep it family, so it goes without saying. And Term, Rex, Snuck, Deadeye, Hectic, those are my ST, that's ST the Squad, so you already know what that is.
It's fam.
Those are my brothers. So it's like, that's how I'm doing it now, and there's cats that I genuinely fuck with that are not in my immediate team. Don't get me wrong, like there's some dudes that I'm real cool with. But I'm keeping it that way because I'm not bothering none of you guys. I'm not giving you bands out of my pocket for you to just act like I don't exist after. That's just corny because then, we're gonna run into each other again, and then what? It's gonna be weird. I'm not gonna sit here and act like, oh, I'm gonna go see somebody. Nah, it ain't that deep to me.
Yeah.
But why make it weird? You know what I'm saying? It's like I'd rather spend that money promoting the shit. You know, do the
Absolutely.
record myself and promote it, or put my man on the shit and promote it
Right.
with that bread. So
Right.
I keep it family, you know what I mean? That shit. And we just happen to be some of the best MCs on the planet. A
100.
lot of these cats, they can't fuck with us. All these dudes they got on us is like followers. They got a little status and all that. Bar for bar, I'll kill anybody. Things should change, baby.
Yes, sir. Yo, we're running out of time. I want to ask you two more questions though.
Yep.
One question is have you ever been blessed, because you're talking about people giving you verses. Have you ever been presented with a verse from somebody and you're like, damn, this shit is garbage, but it's from like an elite rapper? You don't have to
Um,
name names, but you're like, damn,
no,
it's
no, no.
low quality shit.
I'll tell you right now. Hold up. I don't recall.
Okay.
I don't recall, and it's like sometimes they sound like they whack because they got to rap after me, but I never even really got a whack verse from a known cat. I'll keep it real. You know, anybody I've collaborated with, you know, I have a good deal of respect and admiration for, and they get busy as it is. So I don't recall that. I don't,
Okay.
honestly.
Okay.
I keep it real with you, and I'd have no problem telling you. You know what I mean?
No, I know. What I would like to see, this is just me speaking things into fruition, you know. I would love to see an Easy Money in a Chilla Jones album.
That's on the way. You didn't know that?
Nah, I didn't know. Thank
Yeah,
you. Thank
we
you.
three songs in.
Damn, I need that,
Listen, let
bro.
me tell you something, man. I just celebrated my 39th birthday on June 26th,
God bless.
and I spent my birthday in the studio with Chilla.
Dog, when you two
Yeah, we got three
collab,
songs. That's
it's
just happening.
crazy.
That's happening. Listen, shout out to DJ Manipulator because he's producing it, and this shit is smacking. We only 3 songs in, but this shit is smacking. We are gonna bar everyone to death.
Whew,
It's
I
just happening.
believe
This is
it.
gonna be one big bar fest. You know, like don't get it fucked up. Me and Faye, we really barred niggas to death too on Beyond Easy. That's a big bar fest as well. But you know, with Chill, you know, Chill is a battle rapper, so we in there, we just sparring, and you know, Chill is my little bro. He's a killer. All my brothers are killers. That's why I don't gotta pay these niggas for bars. For what? You know what I'm saying? You're just gonna depreciate the value of what I'm doing. I don't gotta do that. I call my peoples, yo, let me get a verse, and they're gonna buy this shit. So Chilla, who just happens to be the best battle rapper on earth in this very moment,
That's
this
big
is a
talk.
fact. We're not the
That's
champion of the year. We're not disputing that. I'm not arguing with anybody about that. That's just what it is. You know, it's just me and him. We're going back and forth, and we're just gonna kill each other. And the challenge that it presents to make music with Chilla, mainly because battle
Neo
rappers
Soul,
have
what
this.
up?
There's this stigma that attached to battle rappers that they can't make music. You know, and I feel like a big thing that has to do with is they're afraid of that stigma. So when they go in the studio, they stray away from what they do. I told Chilla, I said, when we watch Chilla Jones rap, we love the bars, right? Don't go in the studio and dumb it down. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So it's like, go do what people want to hear from you. You feel
right,
me?
right.
So he gets it, and we're just gonna bar everyone to death, and just keep it like that, just
No,
straight bars,
I
and
can't, I
you're gonna
can't,
hear it. It's gonna be dope.
I can't wait for the album. Every time I
Yeah,
hear you guys collabing on a song, I'm like, I want more. I want more.
yeah,
So I can't wait for
yeah.
the album. Now, last thing before, because I want you to plug everything you got in the works next. But the last thing, yo, you can actually sing. Is it gonna be an R&B album?
Yeah, that's almost done too. A lot of work this year.
A lot of work.
I'm probably dropping a four song R&B EP. I
Oh,
wanted to drop it this month, but I gotta finish the last record. You know what I'm saying? So once I finish the last record, it's out. But it's just about done too. You know what I'm saying?
wow. Yo, I'm trying to
It's
get
just
done.
about ready. So what I wanted to do was 2021. There was this thing that I said, you know what? So my last EP of it was in before I started just dropping a lot of stuff, you know, was in early 2020 before the pandemic, and it was called When I Feel Like. And the kind of the attitude behind that was I do the shit whenever I feel like it. You know? So then, well, you know, after the pandemic happened, I said, you know what? I'm gonna turn it up real quick. and I'm just gonna show Cat that I could do this when I want to do it. You know, I'm blessed enough to do it. I'm not chasing a rap career, and not trying to be a famous rapper. I'm just blessed enough to be able to contribute to the hip hop culture that I love. That's an enormous part of my life. So that's what I'm gonna do. So this year you're gonna get like 5, maybe 6 projects. You gotta remember my Happy EP with Short Fuse just dropped in December. So that's still pretty much new too.
Right.
So we got Happy December, Beyond Easy March, 2090 that's just dropped in June. The Dream is Free is pretty much done. Me and my man Melk's got another album that's pretty much done. And then the album with Chilla Jones will be December. We'll round out the year with the album with Chilla Jones. It's called Easy. It's gonna be called Easy and Chill. That'll be 5 rap projects, but I'm gonna squeeze the R&B one in there too.
Yeah.
So we'll have 6 projects before the year's up.
Working, you
In a
working.
year's time, you know. And it's kind of just like, so it's just kind of like an ego thing, where they be like, you know, the attention span of the game is short, and you got to keep dropping. It's like, all right, that's what you want, I'll do it. It's just one of those things, you know what I mean? For me, like as my pride and ego as an MC.
Yeah.
And as creative, you know what I mean?
No, for sure, man. I that was already it. I didn't have any more questions, but you made me think about something, because you're real confident.
We just got here, baby. Don't rush. We just got here.
No, but on the low theory, this is like quick slice. But you made me think about something, bro. Because Easy, you're real confident about your MC skills.
Yep.
Is there somebody out there that you might be like, damn, I don't know if I want to do a record with them? They might, you know, they might make me look a little foolish.
Hell no.
There's nobody.
Nah.
Nobody. Are you sure?
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna keep it completely real.
We're keeping it 100 here.
I'm gonna keep it completely real with you. You know who's one guy?
You already said Jay-Z. Like you're saying.
You know, nah. Jay-Z in 2021 can't rap better than me though. Ooh, no way. Anyway, that's a whole nother discussion.
Okay.
But you know who probably can though is Black Thought. So I was in the room when Black Thought recorded Bird's Eye View for Static. I was in that room. I was there watching. This dude pulls up.
Describe it.
This dude pulls up, right? He comes in the studio. Raekwon is already on the record. Joey's already on the record. I was there for when Joey did his verse 2 another time. So it's me, Static, and CJ Fly. Joey Badass's man from Pro Era. Shout out to CJ. Shout out to Pro Era. Thought rolls up. And, you know, he comes in, whatever. And Static assumes that he needs some time to write the verse. So he's like, no, I'm ready to rock. I got my driver outside. Let's rock. Static in his basement had a closet where the mic booth was. And at the top of the closet, there was a shelf, a small shelf. And Thought went in there, and one take, no practice run, no test run, no nothing. One take, rested his arms on the shelf up there and spit it. It's an elephant in the room. You know what I'm saying? And it was like 32 bars he spit. So when he gets to 16 and keeps going, Static turns around and looks at me. And we're looking at him like, yo. It was like the most inspiring thing ever. It was crazy. That man is he's not a human being, bro. He's really something else. You know, and then we went to Tony Touch's to celebrate Tony Touch's album release at the radio station. He was there and he probably rapped for like 10 minutes straight. Like flex freestyle type shit right in front of me. He's just an animal. He's dangerous. He's probably he's better than me. I ain't gonna front. He's definitely better than me. I can't front. To be doing it that long and to be that much better now is impressive.
Wow. Yeah. Man, Black Thought, if you're listening.
But he'll have trouble though. He'll have trouble smoking me, but he'll probably get me though.
Black Thought might be listening. Salute to you. Incredible.
Yeah, he's a super legend. He's a super legend, icon, all that.
Oh, absolutely, man. Easy. That's it, man. That's all I got for you, brother.
I appreciate you having me, brother.
If you ever want to do this again, if you got the listen, I might want to actually do this when you got the Chilla album completed, so that way we can get both of you on it.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm with that. You know it's love, baby. It's always love between you and I, man. Always admiration and respect, and I always appreciate your support. You know that.
Appreciate you.
Anybody who tuned in, thank you. Follow me. I'm everywhere. Easy Money ST across the board. I'm on Spotify. Easy Money. YouTube, subscribe to the channel, all that. I'm on Twitter. Please, and check out the music, man. The link is in my bio. You hit the link tree, everything is there. Everything is there. The YouTube channel, all the albums, all the streaming sites, everything's there.
Make
Go
sure
have
you,
yourself a bar fest.
yes, make sure you guys do that. Make sure you follow him, follow the movement. He said he's got a bunch of projects dropping till the end of the year, so make sure you guys do that.
Yes.
Again, this is the Low
Please.
Theory episode 18. Easy Money, thank you so much. God bless you, brother. Keep it going, man. All right?
Likewise, brother. Thank you for having me. I appreciate you, bro.
All right, bro. Peace.
Peace.